Hi. As Commanding General of the Ohio National Guard, I'd like to talk to you about our state's fight against COVID-19. The best way I know to explain that, just how serious this is to talk about what I know, and that's the military. Our state and our nation is in the midst of an unprecedented war against an enemy we can't see and that cannot be eliminated by the military. It can only be overcome by us uniting our efforts to beat it together. But we must all be willing to participate. We must be willing to sacrifice, and we all must be willing to do our part, no matter how big or small. The time for that is now. We can't falter. We can't take it lightly. Nurses, doctors, pharmacists at hospitals and medical facilities around this state are on the front lines of this battle, and they continue to work tirelessly to do their part. For our part, the Ohio National Guard has over 400 soldiers in the community helping deliver food and resources to those Ohioans who need it most. We're looking at a myriad of future missions to include adding medical capacity to those hospital and nursing homes that will need it most. Each of those guardsmen is leaving their families to go take care of you and yours. But it's time for everyone to step up. We can't do this on our own. We need every Ohioan. Let's look at a comparison. If we went back to the 1940s, we'd be in the heat of World War II. That was the deadliest war in recorded history. That war required the support and collective sacrifice of every single person in this nation. And at that time, everyone stepped up. Men were sent overseas to fight on the front lines. Manufacturers across the country converted their plants to contribute to the war effort. Women went into factories and built battleships, airplanes, and munitions, all in support of the war. Everyone had a part and everyone came together at the same time to achieve the desired effects outside of their comfort zone for the common good. If any one of them would have failed, the loss of life would have been exponentially greater than it really was. Today, our enemy is COVID-19. And again, like then, the war against coronavirus requires the support and collective sacrifice of every single one of us. And as true as it was then, it is now. If we fail, it will mean significant loss of life. So how can you do your part? What is your part? It's simple. Every person must act together. Unless we combine our efforts, we won't win this war. And if we don't win this war, the cost of failure is significant. It will mean the rapid spread of this disease. And if that happens, we will overrun our state's medical capacity. If we overrun our state's medical capacity, our most vulnerable population will suffer dire consequences. That will mean that some of those people will die unnecessarily. And we only need to look to other states, to other countries who are weeks ahead of us in this endeavor to see what that might look like. So your sacrifice is important. We need you to follow the governor's order, stay put. Don't aid the enemy by moving this disease from person to person unnecessarily. Most importantly, we have to think about this in terms of weeks. We have to have tactical patience. This is not going to take days. This will take weeks. Together, our collective effort can win this war, but only together. Thank you, and when this is done, I look forward to celebrating this victory on the high ground.